Good afternoon, Wildcats.
Hello.
All right, we're back this semester with some Hearthstone
Yeah, it's
taking
been,
place in the heart of Pandaria.
yeah. You can see it right behind
Yeah,
us. Hello, panda
Pandaria.
people.
Yeah, it's so nice. Our new facilities here in the mountains of Pandaria are really nice.
Yeah.
Wish you could be here.
It's a little breezy. I got my jacket on, 'cause it's kind of cold, a little chilly. We're up
Yeah.
high.
All right, so let's talk about some Hearthstone. Okay, so we're coming in, new season,
Yes.
new semester,
Mhm.
new stuff,
New stuff.
lots of stuff.
New metas, new decks.
New metas, new decks. I say new metas. So the metas are somewhat new,
Somewhat
newish.
newish.
There have been some changes, not really from the expansion. So the latest expansion that happened since. So that's the uh, Rosticon's Rumble
Oh.
expansion.
Yeah.
It didn't have quite a big splash on the meta, but it some of the nerfs that they just recently put in place had a much larger impact.
Okay.
So let's talk about those nerfs real fast. Cold Blood. Cold Blood went from a 1 cost to a 2 cost,
Okay.
which means that it is not available for Odd Rogue anymore.
Okay.
Okay, so then they nerfed Flame Tongue Totem, which was a 2 cost, and is now a 3 cost, which
Okay.
means it's no longer available for even Shaman, which was kind of big in the meta after Rosticon's Rumble,
Mhm.
but now is garbage. And so, like, HCT Championship, Winter Championship is this next weekend. So
Okay.
when you're not watching all the ACU eSports stuff, tune into the ACT World Championship. It's going to be
Yes.
fantastic. Winter Championship.
Okay.
But in that tournament, not a single person brought Shaman.
Interesting. That's
There are no pro players playing Shaman at the tournament level, at least
wow.
next week.
Okay.
So big nerf there.
Yeah, for sure.
So let's talk a little bit about what we are going to see tonight, right?
Of course.
So we've got Paladin, Rogue, Warlock, and Hunter that ACU is bringing. Now that means that it looks like we got the bans in. So we're not going to be playing the Hunter. We're going to see the Rogue, Paladin, and Warlock tonight from ACU.
Okay.
So that's going to be Odd Rogue, Even Paladin,
Okay.
and Even Warlock. So each of those decks is going to be limited to Odd or Even as appropriate.
Yes.
Odd decks changes your hero power, so it does something better. So Odd Rogue makes a 2/2 weapon instead of a 1/2 weapon. Even Paladin means that you're. In fact, you might remember last semester there was a lot of Odd Paladin,
Yes.
which was you get 2 1/1 minions instead of 1/1 minion.
Mhm.
Even Paladin is the opposite. Or instead, it just costs 1 mana to get 1.
Okay.
And then similarly, Even Warlock, we saw some of that last semester. It's a similar deck lineup. That's going to be 1 mana cost for life tap.
Okay. Yeah.
We're going to be kicking off with. We don't know what we're going to kick off with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you expect ACU would
So
would choose?
I kind of think ACU might kick off with the Even Paladin.
Okay.
It's a pretty strong deck in this meta right now. It's probably their more aggressive deck. Rogue might be a little more aggressive at the moment than that Paladin. But I kind of think they'll probably kick things off with that. Maybe save Warlock, the tried and true Warlock, Even Warlock. So that game, I think, is going to kick off, and we're going to see what's going on there here in just a second.
Okay.
As
Well,
soon as
I'm looking forward to it.
says, yeah, going in.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Getting out of the cold breeze out here into a
Yeah.
nice warm tavern where the
Ba-doop-ba-doop-ba-doop-ba-doop.
the folk play card games to pass the time. Good stuff. But yeah, no, I'm really excited to be here again. Still don't really
Yeah,
quite
and we've
know
got
the meta.
We've got some new faces on the team.
Yeah.
We're gonna have so we've got Equal D and we've got uh, Equal D is back, but we've got Smixon is going to be joining the mix,
Okay.
and then Joseph is joining the mix.
Okay.
His name is Joseph.
Oh, he just goes by Joseph.
Just
Okay.
Joseph.
Yeah.
And pardon the doing things while broadcasting, but they're asking for some deck lists, so I'm going to provide them with
So,
the deck lists.
just so you guys. Okay, so just so you guys know, the stream is on a 5-minute delay, just for tournament reasons. We don't want anyone to be stream sniping what cards are in our hands and all that fun stuff.
All right, so kicking off with an Odd Rogue versus their Combo Priest is what this is going to be.
Combo Priest,
Is what
okay.
we're seeing. So you can see our deck list over there on the left-hand side. So can they if they're watching the stream, but that's okay because we had to give it to them. So you can see that only odd cards are coming in here, and they're going to use these. So this is an okay start for a hand. We'll see what we draw out. You got something nice and fat like Dire Mold drop on turn 1. That's the kind of thing that is nice. But you still have that that Argent Squire hanging out to combo things out later on.
Yes. So you said combo rogue is what they're running?
Odd Rogue versus Combo Priest. And so
Combo Priest.
The Combo Priest, they're going to be looking for that's a nice, you always want a turn 1 Northshire. In fact, you've wanted a turn 1 Northshire as Priest since forever.
Yeah.
That's just what you want. So I'm not sure that I feel super great about dropping this Dire Mole with the Northshire. It seems like, get something on the board. And yeah, I guess it does that. But it also guarantees that they get a draw out of it. And so the more that they get to draw, the more likely they are to get combo pieces together. So the combo they're looking for is going to be the Divine Spirit Inner Fire combo, the tried and true Priest combo that's been around for as long as Northshire Cleric. And so what they do is they make a minion nice and fat on the health side, so they're going to buff it up with power shields,
Okay.
And that kind of thing. And then you Divine Spirit, double their health, and then Inner Fire, make their attack equal to their health, and then they swing at your face for 34 damage.
Gotcha.
And that hurts.
Yeah.
So ACU going to be looking to make sure that that doesn't happen. I like so they don't have the Hinge Clan Thug in their hand, so I like going ahead and daggering up, swinging in, clearing off this minion before they can draw too much more, and going from there.
Okay. Well, seems like a pretty decent strategy for both teams. See the Tar Creeper coming out from the Sooner side.
Yeah, and ACU not so theoretically they could coin out this SI7 agent, clear off the Tar Creeper, or coin out this. That's actually not a bad plan. They could coin out the that far left card there, which will give their Dire Mole poisonous. And then allow them to clear off the Tar Creeper that way. SI7 agent means that you have to swing in and deal damage from both face and the Dire Mole. You still end up with, I think you end up with a slightly better minion on board, but it's going to be more damage to your face. And so I think I might like the poisonous here, but that's not the play they're going to go. They're going to go to coin out the SI7 agent and probably follow it up with that Argent Squire.
Okay.
This guy's tough.
Just so that they spinned out their hand. Although they may leave it so that they can combo out. Yeah, so that's not a terrible plan. So they can leave it, combo it out with that poisonous if there's another big fat minion, because they need to keep minions from getting too fat on this board. Their minions need They need to keep the opposing minions on a diet. Throw in some keto. Make sure they're not eating too much.
Yeah.
So, because the bigger they get, the harder they're going to hit when they do it. And so, and nowadays they've got more tools than just the inner fire. They can use a topsy-turvy to swap the health and attack, which it doesn't matter if it's only got 1 health, if it's got 32 attack and hits you in the face.
Yeah. ACU threw down this Tar Creeper, which... Ooh.
So they're going to Shadow Madness out just to clear off the 3. Keep it going. I expect we're going to see a Dagger up, Hinge Clan Thug, and attack. That's exactly what we're going to see here. The Hinge Clan Thug, with Priest, it's really important that you get your Hinge Clan Thug at 4 when you first drop it down. There are lots of things that deal 3 damage, and there are things that will kill things that have 3 or less attack. But 4 is a magic number when playing against Priest, that if you hit 4, then if a minion has 4 health or 4 attack, then it can't just delete it off the board.
Okay.
And looking at... so we have access to their deck lists. That said, it doesn't actually matter. I said all of that, but it doesn't look like they're running a Power Word Death or Power Word. No, it's a Shadow Word Death, a Shadow Word Pain. So this is feeling good here. Getting 2 solid targets for that Fungomancer. Always attacking first, bump it up to 7, swing it down, and that's going to stick the Sooner eSports team at 14 health. Setting them up, currently with lethal on the board now. I'm sure they're going to have something to say about that.
Of course.
But ACU has some pretty good options here. So, like, if they just put down a big fat taunt in the way, ACU's got a response to that.
Of course, yeah.
With the Argent Squire and the 5-mana kill thing.
The
Vile Spine Slayer. Whew. Okay, so this is a good response from them. That's going to clear off the board.
Wow.
So that spell from the priest spell there is really useful for the Mass Hysteria is really useful for clearing off the boards like that, because it does the attacks in such a way that basically, if they can kill each other, they kill each other.
Okay.
So if an attack, so what you saw there, like if an attack would kill something, one thing attacks and causes it to die, then another thing won't attack the thing that's already died. So it. So now this isn't a super great hand here. I mean, they could do 2 damage, do 3 damage, and get some bodies on the board. It certainly isn't nearly as fat as the previous hand. And it looks like they are running 2 of those Mass Hysterias, so that could, they could be setting up for something similar.
Okay.
That said, at some point, the OU team will have to get land something on the board.
Yes.
Because if they don't, then they have nothing to combo. They have nothing to do.
Kind of defeats the purpose of the hero they're currently running.
So they're just gonna do 2 damage, get a minion on the board, and keep on going.
Yeah.
And they may have been having a conversation of when to use Myra's. So that far right card in ACU's hand is Myra's Unstable Element, and it is very unstable. Ooh, that's a fat boy.
Yeah.
And the bigger they are, though, right?
Yeah.
ACU's got a couple options here. They could pop the shield and then use poison.
Okay.
Or they could go ahead and use. Yeah, so they're. We'll find out here. They could combo out the Vile Spine Slayer to kill that minion off.
Okay.
It looks like that is likely their big target. Their big options for buffing for their combo are going to be they've got a second Mogosh Enforcer, and they also have some Witchwood Grizzlies. Those appear to be the main options there. They are running a Master Oak-Heart, which ACU needs to be prepared to deal with next turn. So Master Oak-Heart will bring out a 1, 2, and 3 attack minion.
Yes.
In which case, that's going to bring out a Tark Reaper, a Witchwood Grizzly, and a Mogosh Enforcer.
Okay.
I say that. Yes. Oh,
Okay.
so it doesn't look like they got it, but
Oof.
it's still not ideal.
Yeah.
Now ACU can pop that shield, and could pop that shield and drop that. So they could drop the thing, give their Diarmal poisonous,
Mm-hmm.
and move forward, or they could give the. They could give the Vile Spine Slayer poisonous, which would let it survive on the board. They've got 2 things they have to clear off here. So I was talking about Myra's Unstable Element before things happened on the board. Myra's Unstable Element says draw your deck.
Okay.
And so it goes through, and you get you fill up your hand. You got a limit of 10 things, and then everything else is gone.
Yeah.
So it's your Hail Mary play or your all I need is 1 card, and I've got a 50% chance of getting it in this next turn, and if I get that, I win.
Yeah. Okay. So I mean, I guess it's not something that ACU is hoping to use this early on right now, or would that be something that would come into play a little bit later, do you think?
So they may be emptying their hand here in preparation for it.
Okay.
So I kind of wish. Okay, so they're able to clear that off. That's actually pretty well executed. So you saw them take their time there.
Yeah.
And that was really well done. They looked at all their options and found the one that's going to clear off both of those big minions.
And clear out their hand as well. So
they've got 1 in Eternal Servitude left, which could bring back either of those minions. And with the pool that they've been dealing with is, but this is a desperation play right here.
Okay.
Okay, Mass Hysteria.
Okay.
Is going to leave the 4/2 on the board.
Okay. Are they going to heal up their cleric?
It looks like yeah, they will, because they're looking to draw out something. They clearly don't have the tools they need to launch a defense here.
Of course.
But they opt not for the draw, but for the heal.
Okay.
That may be followed up with a binding heal or
Let's see.
something to heal up this minion. That said, looking at it, doesn't look like they have a lot of healing options. So they're just gonna
Powered shield.
toss another powered shield on there. Now ACU kind of in a good spot here.
Okay.
And that powered shield, it gave them a draw, but it also put it out of range of the dagger, because this turn ACU daggers. Yeah. You would expect ACU to go dagger to the Northshire and then face if it only had 2 health.
Yeah.
So now it's a question of, okay, do we clear the Northshire? Do we just attack face and hope that things can stick? It looks like they, in terms of healing, the OU team, they've got a Ziliax,
Okay.
which has rush and lifesteal.
Okay.
They haven't defined him, but I can't remember if we saw it yet.
Oh.
All right, ACU, pulling the trigger here. Here we go. It's go time. All right.
All right.
Okay, so 4 attack, I don't think that's lethal yet, but it
I mean,
looks
it's
scary.
it's a good spot to be in. Sooners will have to take out that card. Oof.
So Sooner is looking to bring back one of those taunts, get something on the board. But even if they get something big to stick, ACU's got another Vile Spine in their hand.
Yes.
So we're gonna see here, but ACU looking in a good position here. That was actually a really pretty decent draw out. I mean, you never want to pull Baku from Myra's.
Yeah.
But getting that 4/4 buff.
All right.
Oh no. Oh, and there's the combo. So ACU punished by 1 health for leaving that minion on the board. And it was, so it was still a good play by ACU.
Yes.
Pushing them, making them have an answer. Unfortunately, they did have the answer, and so
Yeah.
that's not ideal.
It's not. I mean, Sooners played well. They definitely stuck with it.
Oh, and
to the end.
that's the way that priest works, where you can think that the world is lost, and then all of a sudden you've got a 24/24 Northshire cleric hitting you in the face.
Yeah.
And you're like, well,
That-
I thought that I had it.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, so for those not familiar with Conquest format, the Sooner team can no longer play that priest. They're going to have to play either their paladin or their warlock, and then ACU can play whatever they want.
Yes.
And it's the first team to win with all 3 of their decks is going to be our winner tonight.
Yeah. So, what do you expect ACU is going to do? Are they going to just throw out the same deck? Do you think they're going to try something different?
So, when they're going against they're going against the paladin and the warlock. They're going to have to win with the rogue at some point.
Yeah.
So if they win, or so if they're going against the paladin, I think the rogue is probably a little favored. I don't actually know the numbers right now.
Okay.
I should look those up at some point.
Yeah.
But so maybe they stick with the rogue. They might switch over to their paladin. They might feel like that's going to be a better choice for them.
Yeah, of course.
And so we'll see what they decide. The fact that they're taking this long, getting back in the next game.
Yeah, they're probably trying to figure out.
They may be switching things up.
Okay.
So.
All right. So yeah, we have confirmation from production that they are switching things up.
So we're gonna go to a quick break, and we'll be right back as soon as we load into that game. All right, it looks like they did go ahead and switch over to this even paladin. And so, just as a recap, because of Gin Greymane in the deck, that means that the paladin's hero power only costs 1.
Okay.
Nice. So it also makes turn 1 really easy.
Yeah.
Because you just push a button. You can't do anything else on turn 1 when you only have even cards. So
that's true. So what do you expect here from ACU? Okay, it looks like they are
Yeah, so you want Tarim later on,
Mhm.
and so uh, this is not necessarily a fantastic hand. Um, that Swamp Ooze will come in useful at some point. I'm sure of it. So they're probably going to hold on to that.
Ooh.
But it looks like we're going to have an even Paladin mirror match
Okay.
here.
Well, this should be fun. ACU goes ahead and uses their hero power, which again only costs 1 mana. And I would expect the Sooners to do the same unless they have something else. Nope. Reinforce. A 1/1 hand recruit.
I was just checking this. It looks like they are actually. When I say this is a mirror match, I mean literally they are playing the exact same deck.
Okay.
The exact same number of cards for each of them, and so which means it's going to be anybody's game.
Okay. It's just the luck of the cards here.
Oh, there's obviously a skill element.
Oh,
to it.
of course.
But you can definitely get screwed by getting Gin Greymane and you're almost opening hand.
Yeah.
That doesn't help. So yeah, it's like you've got 2 guys, I got 2 guys, we both got 2 guys.
It's like
Oh look, we both got 1 guy.
yeah. It's kind of like goats meta in Overwatch right now. Who will make the first mistake?
Yep.
And
So they're just and I don't mind this aggression from ACU. It's let's okay, I hit you in the face for 1,
Yeah.
and I leave 1 on the board. You can it's like playing chicken with chickens, not a car.
yeah.
You see this kind of thing with Warlock, even Warlock mirrors, where you get 2 giants on the board, and so okay, I can clear off your giant, but I'm going to hit you in the face for 8 instead, and see what you do. You can hit me in the face for 8, but that means that I'm going to hit you in the face for 8 again next turn.
Yeah. So a true silver champion here from ACU. Looks like they're just gonna go.
They're going to go ahead and commit the champion to the face. They're trying to just whittle down all the damage. Generally, I like to hold on to the weapon durability a little more.
Yeah.
You never know what you're going to need it against. But but you know that they have a Swamp Ooze in their deck. That does mean that they have used their Swamp Ooze. There are no additional Swamp Oozes, and so you can safely clear off this Swamp Ooze with the True Silver champion that you just drew out of your deck.
Yes.
Now, you see that they're taking some time here. There aren't a lot of great options for them. I think that the True Silver champion and Hero Power are probably the way to go. But it's important for them to make sure that they are talking about all the options, and not necessarily just for this turn, but moving forward. One of the things that I've told them time and time again is that, hey, take your full minute. There is 0 reason to rush it unless you're playing Miracle Rogue. Your rope doesn't matter as long as you do your stuff before the rope. Then don't feel panicked. Just talk about your plays.
Yeah. Figure out what your best move is.
Miracle Rogue, you kind of got to move a little faster, just because if you don't, you might literally run out of time and can't play all the spells that you want to play.
Yeah.
Miracle Priest has some similar options as well, historically, though it's not really strong in the meta at the moment.
Okay. Sooners decide to use their coin, and they're throwing out Mojo Master. Which what exactly does that?
So that's a new one from Rosticon's Rumble.
Okay.
Which in this case it just says, okay, I got a 5/5 on the board. What it does is it sets both players' mana to 5.
Okay.
It can be really useful against decks that rely on high-cost cards at the end of the game. So big spell mage, that kind of thing. And so it's a really good tech card to just say, nope, we're both at 5. We're back to 5 mana. We're back to turn 5. If you have a 6 cost, an 8 cost in your hand, you're not going to get it out there, and go from there.
Okay.
So ACU's been really aggressive, and so I think that's the difference between their playstyles right here. Where Sooners are, I need to clear off the board, and ACU is like, well, you don't have a taunt down, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna punch you in the face.
Repeatedly with my 1/1 minion.
and that playstyle can work, but it also can be difficult.
Yes. So they're throwing out a Grey Mane here and attacking directly to the face.
So that's of their 2 true silver champions, that is 16 total possible damage, one of which got eaten by an ooze.
Yes.
But 12 of that damage, they just sent it to the face.
Yeah.
And some of that damage, figure if they had a taunt available, they would have put one out.
What taunts are available in this deck?
So they've got, they theoretically have a Corpse Taker, which will have taunt as long as you still have a taunt minion in the deck.
Okay.
And it looks like, though, their only other option is Lich King and Tyrion Forgery. Those are your 3 taunts.
Wow. And those last 2 cards are 8 may cost mana, so.
So seeing the Hydrologist come out, they're going to be looking for a secret here.
Okay.
I would expect it's probably like, I don't know what to expect at this point. So some of the good options might have been, expecting that a taunt might be coming out. So on turn 8 we could see Tyrion, or that they put something. AC put something now. They could have the minion you dropped goes to 1 health. They might return a minion to the battlefield with 1 health, or have a defender up. That said, in either case, it's not happening right now.
Yeah.
ACU's choosing to continue to ignore this 5/5 and this 2/2, just pushing for the damage.
Yeah.
And you know what? If they get them down far enough, so a double consecration, that's 4 damage. They got 4 damage in their equipped at the moment.
Okay.
And so now they are going to have to deal with this Kangor, because it's not just the lifesteal, he's going to double. So when he attacks here, he's going to be assuming he attacks, he'll be healing himself up for 4 instead of 2.
Okay.
Because Kangor says your healing's doubled.
Okay. So let's see what they end up doing here. What is this secret?
So there's the secret. The way that they held onto it like that makes me think that that may have been that decision may have been or that may be a returns with, well, they're still in dicey territory if they say it returns with 1 health, because then you want that on the Crystal Smith, because he'll come back with the Divine Shield.
Yeah.
But it's more likely that you're going to lose your Hydrologist first. Kind of see what they want to do here. There's theoretically a double consecration available to them, which would clear off everything. They could attack into the Mojo Master and that. A Tyrion play here is not terrible. It gets it out there. If you do that, you're going to want to make sure that you use this Valenier. Go ahead and use this charge.
Yeah.
Because you're going to get that 5/5 weapon, or that 5 attack weapon from the Tyrion when it dies.
Okay. Looks like they are just.
Okay, so they do get the secret out to get the Divine Shield.
Okay.
Which that's kind of unfortunate in that particular scenario. Yeah. We're going to go ahead and destroy their weapon. Good call.
just throw out a nice reinforce there.
Okay, now that's
not a good spot to be in, though.
yep.
I think.
That was put themselves too close to death. So they may have assumed that was not an auto matrix. I know that wouldn't have been one of my guesses, but that assumption, didn't work out for them.
Yeah.
So that means that the Sooners are up 2-0.
Yes.
ACU going to be needing to come back with a reverse sweep to win tonight.
Yeah.
So the last deck that the Sooners will be playing is going to be their Even Warlock.
Okay.
So that does provide ACU the advantage of knowing what deck is going to be played by the Sooner team, and can adjust accordingly. So with this Warlock, I kind of expect that they may stick with this Paladin.
Okay.
Their other options, obviously, are the Rogue. Rogue also, honestly, is not a bad option there. Or we could see a mirror match with the Even Warlock versus Even Warlock.
Okay.
So.
And again, ACU would have to win with all 3 decks to take the victory here.
Correct. So eventually, hopefully, we do see that.
Yeah.
That would be ideal. So it looks like they're gonna be deciding what they want to do, swapping things around. So we're going to go to a quick break, and we'll be right back as soon as they load into that game. All right. So that was a very short break.
Yeah. And it looks like we are playing.
It looks like we've got the odd paladin.
Yeah.
Or sorry, the even paladin. 2 is an even number, not an odd number.
I mean, yeah. I think that's the case. I feel like I find all numbers very odd, but I mean,
could be a strange number.
It's a very strange imaginary number.
It's not the loneliest number. One is the loneliest number that you'll ever do. 2 can be as bad as 1, but the loneliest number, that's the number 1.
Yeah.
For those who are unfamiliar, that's a song. I hope you know songs.
I mean, it is
an older song.
It's an older song. It's still a relevant song, I would say. I at least know it. And,
well, good for you.
Yeah.
We're kicking off this game in a pretty standard fashion. Each of them only has one thing to do on turn 1, and you know what? They do it.
Yeah. Well, it looks like we're seeing an Argent Protector.
So I don't know how I feel about a Divine Shield on this 1/1. It just kind of feels like, why bother? It does provide some protection, I suppose, from a Defile. Not that they're going to see a Defile yet, since Defile is would be kind of silly to waste on a 1/1 and a 2/2.
Yes.
I'll probably see the Hydrologist here, get ourselves some juicy secrets. Or we're going to coin out a Blessing of Kings on the now Divine Shield at 1/1.
What would that do here?
That's going to make it a 5/5
Oh.
Divine Shielded thing.
Oh, that's nice. Nice hefty card there. And so what is there like a certain range of health that you kind of stop using life tap as a
so your target, in fact they're going this quickly. One of the things that AC needs to consider here is that if they do 1 more damage to this Warlock, that said, even without it, they're within range. So it's your Reavers. The names are escaping me tonight. I don't know what's going on. And it's your Hooked Reavers. Hooked Reavers. That's what I'm looking for. So the Hooked Reaver is a 4-cost 4/4, but if you're below 15 health, it's a 7/7 with taunt.
Okay.
And that's going to be very difficult for ACU to fix right now. That said, it doesn't matter because even if they go ahead and deal damage to their face, they're still in a position of they could the Sooner team can tap and deal that damage to themselves. And
Yeah.
get their Hook Reaver out.
Of course.
So ACU going to go ahead and looks like clear off this 4-3, and then get that 3 damage into the face and see what the Sooner response is.
All right.
So ACU does have actually a pretty decent response to a Hooked Reaver in
Okay.
that I didn't notice they were running that Spellbreaker there, and so that means that the Spellbreaker will be able to silence, kill the taunt, and the +3/+3. It'll just be a 4/4. Or there's a Mountain Giant.
Okay.
That's the thing that could happen.
Yeah.
So let's see here. ACU can still silence that 2/4 taunt. They've got 4, 5, 6, 7 in their hand. So it's not enough to
Take out that mountain.
seal the fate
Yeah.
of the Sooner team, and certainly not enough to
Let me think.
take out the Mountain Giant.
Mhm.
So I expect we'll probably see a secret. Let's see what secrets exist. Oh, except no, we can't. Okay, so they're gonna go ahead and attack the face to that. Yeah, they're gonna get the secret out. Ooh, okay. I never like eye for an eye. I don't.
Okay.
But in this case, I really like eye for an eye. Saying, okay, please hit me, punch me in the face.
Uh-huh.
And if the Sooner team doesn't catch on, which they might, but if they don't, then they're about to kill themselves. So here we're nope. Okay, they didn't take the bait.
Okay.
3 damage to all characters. That's going to be 6 damage to them, putting them at 2. It's our turn. Valinir in the hand means that ACU is going to go up to 1-2 and coming back in this game.
All right.
That was eye for an eye is usually such a worthless secret, but that's what Discover is all about. The Discover mechanic is all about finding exactly what you're looking for in that exact moment, and that eye for an eye was the clear and obvious best pick, and yeah.
All right. Well, that's super exciting. That kind of strategy kind of just went over my head a little bit there. Again, I haven't played the game in quite some time, so there's a lot of cards that just didn't exist.
Well, so eye for eye has been around for a while, but it's it just you take the damage that you deal. That's you deal damage, and so here we got that mirror matchup. So ACU looking to get another win off of this, hopefully to get back in here and see if they can get this reverse sweep going.
Okay. So what do you expect? AC
So they're
will
gonna
give out?
they don't need to keep that Unraveler.
Okay.
They may keep the Doomsayer. They don't care about a Swampoo's Warlock. This Warlock isn't running any kind of weapon.
Okay.
And so we only see really that weapon on like Q block where you're gonna be pulling demons out.
Looks like that Swamp Ooze is here to stay, though.
Yeah, it's sticky. Ooze can be sticky sometimes. So these first 3 cards, okay, they're gonna both be tapping.
Okay.
And they're gonna tap again, and they're gonna tap some more,
Just keep tapping.
and tap, tap, tap.
All right. 2 damage. And you get the Lich King there. I mean,
that's not terrible.
Yeah.
Cool. It doesn't, but it's not gonna help them right now.
no.
Really, they're digging for Mountain Giant. At a certain point, if they reach critical mass and haven't found it, we'll see the Twilight Drake come out. As a big buff dude. And then maybe another Mountain or Twilight Drake.
Yeah.
As another big buff dude.
Well, we'll see here. Nothing too crazy right now. Just, taking away your health. Try to get some useful cards here. Life tap again. There you have it. Mountain Giant.
I could hear them from the other room. Hey!
Yeah.
That's what they're looking for. So
You think they're going to drop the ooze?
they've got 9 in their hand, so next turn they draw, they can still tap out,
Okay.
drop the Mountain Giant for 4.
Okay.
Since they don't have the coin to balance out as an extra thing,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter if they go ahead and drop it. So that gets a body on the board.
Yeah.
And now the Sooners are going to see if they have a Mountain Giant of their own.
Let's see.
Yeah, because they should be able to play it for 3 this turn. If they do.
Okay.
If I'm mathing right. I don't always math right. This is why they're playing and I'm not.
Yeah. All right. Looks like the Sooners are just taking their time, probably thinking it out. Let's see. Ooh, a vulgar homunculus. That's always fun. Ooh.
There we go.
Uh,
That's what
I mean,
I can't complain about a second Mountain Giant.
no. Never complain about that. Looks like they are going to go ahead and use it. Drop it down.
Yeah, so I don't think the question is do they drop it. I think the question is do they attack with the 3/2.
Okay.
I think that the answer is yes. But no, the answer is no.
The answer is no.
And the answer is no. So they haven't been able to buff the Spellstone. So the Spellstone is only going to do 3 damage.
Yeah.
But theoretically, I suppose they could just do that next turn.
Okay. So the Twilight Drake coming in.
And it's going to go ahead and take its own trade. ACU's been really aggressive tonight. I wouldn't be surprised to see a Spellstone and then go face. So I can see their wheels turning as to whether or not they want to make this 8/8 an 8/8 taunt.
Okay.
I don't know that I like it.
Yeah. Gonna go ahead.
Always
Life
tap first.
Yeah. You never know.
Okay, so they're gonna just
Just drop
Just,
the other Mountain
no.
Giant. Why not?
You know what's better than a single Mountain Giant on the board? It's 2 Mountain Giants on the board. Now they're not playing Q block, where with Q block you could see 4, 5, 6 Mountain Giants on the board, and that's not fun to play.
No.
So the Sooner team looking for some sort of answers because
Twilight
we're going
Drake.
to see a 2, 4, 10 taunts here. That's what we're going to see.
Okay. Vulgar
No,
homunculus.
we're not going to see that.
We're just gonna see a 2/4 taunt.
Okay. Interesting. So now the decision of what we want to do here. So this is actually a great option here is going to be go ahead and clear off the 2/4, swing in. But the question is, where do they place it? I say they should place it on the far right. Taunt up the 4/10, but not the 8/8s.
Yeah.
Protect your damage dealers. That's what I say.
Okay.
But they can't hear me.
No,
So
no, they can't. They are in an entirely different room. But
perfect. That was well executed.
all right, they're just gonna go ahead and take care of that taunt. Oof. And I'm pretty sure they have lethal right now.
Oh, I mean, there's more than lethal on the board. The question is, does OU have a response to this? So we could see a Spellstone out here that heals them up, brings them out of lethal while dealing some damage. They're going to silence that off, which will allow them to clear off one of these Mountain Giants.
Yes.
Unless
Unless.
they... Sorry, that's just
Okay, just getting some armor there.
And so
Okay.
that's going to be 8, 9, or is it 10 on the board?
Uh-huh.
That a Hellfire? It's 13. They're 1 shy of lethal here.
Okay. You could always try tapping and seeing.
So if they tap, there's nothing that I think they could tap into that would get them what they're looking for here. I do think they want to commit this.
Deal 3 damage to a minion.
So many possibilities.
Okay, so yeah, they're just gonna go ahead and attack. And
throw up a taunt of their own.
Okay.
Which will buff up both of those spell stones.
Yes.
Which will allow them. That's to a minion, guys. To a minion. I wonder if they missed that.
Let's see.
Okay, so that still puts them in a good spot because they've got a taunt on the board, so they can't necessarily swing right away.
Yeah.
The Sooner team has used their a Spellbreaker, but they are running 2, so they could theoretically see another Spellbreaker, which would allow them to clear off this Mountain Giant. But ACU still looking like they're in a decent position here. Even if the game goes a little longer, Blood Real for Gul'dan gives them some long-term options. I expect if depending on what we see here, we might see Lich King come out next turn.
Yeah.
Which Lich King by itself can has some direct damage options that it could put into your hand.
Yeah.
OU, the fact that OU doesn't have an immediate response here is helpful knowledge. So that's going to let them clear off this Mountain Giant.
Okay.
But puts them within Hellfire territory. So ACU is running 2 Hellfires. I can't tell. I don't know how many cards they have left in their deck, but Hellfire is theoretically something they could tap into if they want to go down that road. That would end the game right here, right now. They could go ahead and put Lich King out and say, hey, deal with this.
Yeah.
And good luck.
Oh.
Or they might get 2 bodies on the board so that there's fewer options to deal with. Go ahead and clear off this Infernal.
Yeah, and heal up while doing that as well. So that's.
So now that Infernal.
Okay,
so there's a 7/7 taunt, but so they're still just out of range.
Yeah.
So ACU can deal with that taunt in several ways. So they're gonna opt to use the silence on it.
Okay.
And probably silence and taunt up.
Yeah.
And that would allow. So if they do that, that keeps their Spellstone for another one. But it looks like they're going to go ahead and Spellstone.
Okay.
Either way. Well, so I kind of like, and this is the debate they're having, right?
Yeah.
Hey, this conversation right here is what's going on in that room. I kind of like the Spellstone, the Spellbreaker more because that puts another body on the board that's threatening.
Yes.
As it is, now they're going to get a Plated Beetle and a Homunculus out, which I guess gives 2 things on the board. Maybe I don't know. Things looking really tight for the OU team here, but we've seen miracles from them in their first 2 matches.
Certainly.
So, it's not over until Yon Fat Lady sings.
Yes. Looks like they opt to silence the Drake and then quickly take out that taunt.
And they're going to be put back up to 6
All right.
health. But now we've seen both Spellbreakers played, which means that this Lich King can come out as a taunt and not worry about being taunted. That said, if they hadn't tapped there, I was about to say, Blood Reaver Gul'dan was not a bad option there. It puts a couple of decent back out of play. And, in fact, I might have a conversation with him, because I think that Blood over Gul'dan might have been a better play there.
Yeah.
Because it provides them a hero power that's going to do direct damage. And that's the thing that they've been having trouble with, is doing direct damage. Now, speaking of direct damage, Death and Decay is a Hellfire that only hits the other team. So that could be huge, because it's not something that OU may be expecting. And so...
Okay. So what do you think OU's thinking up here? Ooh, looks like they're going with
okay,
Blood
so they're
Reaper
getting their
Gul'dan.
own Gul'dan out, which is not good,
Yeah.
because it means
That's a lot of bodies.
yeah, they've got a lot on the board there. That said, yes, no, ACU, if they see it, they've got this.
Okay.
Death and Decay. No, Defile first.
Okay.
Defile first, then Death. No, that's going to kill their own thing. Two Spellbreakers. They've got two Spellbreakers. They've got two. Oh, no. Dang it. All right, I'm getting all excited, guys. Here we go. So they could silence the two things, but there we go. Okay, so heal up, then Death and Decay and Defile allows the 8 to go face. This is why they're playing, because they're smart. Defile, face. Yep, got this. There we go. All right, sorry about it, guys. I got excited about several things that were wrong.
Getting really heated up over here.
I know, right? They're so excited. They're making it. They're doing it.
All right.
All right. Can ACU pull off the reversed sweep?
Let's see if they can. They've been playing really well, but it looks like OU and ACU both have one deck left.
Yep. And so we still got the Warlock that they're going to have to take out. And their option to do that with is the Odd Rogue.
Okay. So what do you think matchup-wise? Is there
it's going to depend.
Okay.
So the Odd Rogue can do some pretty amazing stuff. It's just going to be a matter of doing that stuff before the even Warlock has time to build up.
Yeah. Okay.
Threatening that damage as quickly as possible. And honestly, they've been playing pretty aggressively, and so that's good. And so...
all right. Well, I mean, we'll just have to see.
Yep.
We'll have to
see how it
wait
goes.
and see.
So they're going to have to switch over accounts for this one, I know. So we're going to go to a quick break, and we'll be right back. Sorry about the echo that was been going on. We think we've got that resolved, and hopefully has been resolved for just a few minutes now. Yeah, it's one of the challenges of broadcasting from Pandaria. There's a lot of things to bounce the sound off of.
Yeah, there's a lot of echoes going on over here. It's also still a little windy, so keeping my jacket on. But
so we're gonna see what's better, odds or evens. Heads or tails, guys?
Let's see.
All right, so we'll probably see a Firefly get a body on the board. Next turn, dagger up. Turn 3, vicious fledgling. Turn 4, do something else.
Okay. Looks like going with a plated beetle
Yep. So
on
we can
OU's turn.
probably see a dagger up, take out the beetle,
Let's see.
unless they want to coin out this fledgling, which seems dangerous because they just need 1 more damage to kill it.
Of course.
To set up a pretty straightforward pile.
Yeah, it looks like they're just going for that beetle. Taking out beetle boards.
All right.
Okay.
That is all pretty standard opening.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty slow at the beginning. Vulgar Homunculus coming in from OU. And they're going to tap because that is what the Warlock do. You just tap.
I don't know. Oh, there you go.
Okay.
So lone
I
champion
don't need any of
is only useful if it doesn't alone.
Yeah. As the name would imply.
Yep.
It's not.
Champion, but that isn't alone is not alone.
Yeah.
So the I like the dagger into the lone champion there.
Mm-hmm.
That allows ACU to, or it says the vulgar homunculus to be punished. If it wants to attack into this taunt, it's going to be killed.
Yeah. All right. OU taking their time, thinking things through.
Yeah.
Trying
So
to figure out.
Either way, this match is going to be the last match tonight. So
Mhm.
tuned in. Great. This
yeah.
is a good time.
I'm glad we're getting to see 5 whole matches though.
So the Shroom Brewer comes in to keep it alive while it moves in.
Yeah.
I think I kind of like maybe a Tar Creeper play here.
Vicious fledgling.
Okay, Vicious Fledgling's not a bad option there.
Okay.
Especially because it's protected by that taunt.
Mm-hmm.
Forces a response from OU. They have already dropped one of their low-cost taunts.
Hellfire.
They're going to force to commit a Hellfire in order to clear it off.
Like fire, hellfire.
Yep. So probably, I guess, a dagger up and Tar Creeper here would not be a bad play. Clear off the 4/1, leave you a body on the board that you can then put a and so next turn they drop a one of those 1/1s
Mm-hmm.
and or 1/2s and have a nice set of targets for the Fungomancer there.
Okay.
So
Probably
things
big.
are going all right. The aggression here hasn't been super great for ACU, so you'd have liked to have seen a little more damage having gone in at this point, where you're not just playing cleanup all the time.
Yeah.
But we'll see how things turn out. Odd Rogue is pretty good at getting a lot of burst damage in. The Warlock tends to keep itself pretty low in terms of health. So they're considering it looked like they were considering the Cobalt there, which isn't terrible. So that would provide more attack for this taunt, but we know that taunt's going to go away next turn.
Yeah.
But it means that taunt is just going to cause more damage to the things that are attacking you.
Yeah. Of course.
I don't think they go into the face with this dagger, or go into that Twilight Drake with this dagger.
Yeah.
I think they're teetering on their own edge of damage. So this is now a 6/5 taunt, which is a little scarier than the 3/5 taunt. And means the Twilight Drake is in range of, being killed by a dagger on the next turn.
Yeah.
And so they're going to have to commit both of these or some sort of other resources to clear off this taunt, which still leaves them options for that Fungalmancer, and
Lifesteal.
or they do that and clear everything off and move on with their lives.
Yeah. They go ahead and throw out the Swamp Ooze to just destroy that weapon. And life tap, because, you know, why not?
That's what you do.
That's what you do.
So we might see maybe two fireflies here with the or fire elementals here with the Fungalmancer. Wouldn't be terrible. It does kind of leave them open, but they don't really have a taunt option. They can hinge clan Thug here. They could theoretically hinge clan Thug and buff it with the Fungalmancer.
Yeah.
But none of that really feels great, especially when you're sitting at 15 health.
Who goes there?
Okay, so they're gonna go ahead, Fungalmancer, dagger up with poison to clear off this 4/3 and leave a 4/4 on the board. So
Okay.
ACU looking a little on the ropes here.
Yeah.
They could theoretically come back from this, but on turn 7, this is not where you want to be in this particular matchup. You'd prefer that the Warlock be the folks that are. You prefer that the Warlock is at lower health. They're the ones tapping. They're the ones hurting themselves. But in this particular case, this has not been how it has been going. So good use of the Dread Infernal here. They needed that 1 damage. Now it's going to have taunt, and ACU asked for a response, which they don't have in their hand.
No.
What ACU would be looking for here would be a ACU really need to pull out their Vilespine Slayer so they could clear off the 6/6 and the 2/3 and leave something fat on the board. You never want to have to commit your Leroy Jenkins to clear off a 6/6 Infernal. That feels bad, man.
Looks like they're going to go ahead and throw out a Flame Elemental.
So they may be just filling up the 1/1s here, just as a counter here, and they can't make up their mind whether they're attacking themselves, whether they're attacking. So the 2/3 was the right play there, but
Yeah.
ACU teetering on the brink of destruction. And at 2/2, that's not ideal.
No.
But it does give them some options here for. So you got 2 1/2s and basically a 1/2 with this 1/1 Argent Squire, and so that could lead them to. So next turn they'll have 9 mana. That could lead them to a really fat Fungalmancer play, where they could turn those 1/2s into 5 6s.
Okay.
And a 5/5, or well, no, sorry, they can't do that. Into 3 4s and a 5/5.
There is.
But they could also just lose all of the things.
And then have to
now
deal with the Mountain Giant.
They have to deal with the Mountain Giant. They don't have an answer.
Oh.
So that's going to be game for ACU. That was such a great set of matches.
Yeah.
ACU coming back. Just needed 1 match to do the reverse sweep. Going out in style here with a classy run themselves into the Mountain Giant and never say die, except you do.
Yeah.
So great set of matches.
Of course.
Great games by both teams. Really good to see. I'm super excited that Hearthstone is back.
Yeah.
It's so much fun. I hope that if you're watching that you enjoy watching Hearthstone, because it's just it may not be as fast paced as some of the games like Overwatch.
Yeah, or Rainbow Six Siege,
Yeah.
but it's calming, you know. It's
I
it's
don't
very
know
strategic.
that I would call R6 fast.
Well, it's
It's
fast. The way I play it, it's very
Oh,
fast,
okay.
and it's not a very effective way of playing the game. But
It's kind of
Yeah.
like slow and then you die.
yeah, and then
Or you
then
kill
switch
them.
sides. Yeah.
So, but no, it's a very different game. And I'm super glad to have it back in the lineup, and we'll be bringing it back every Monday night. So that's gonna be a great thing. We're gonna go to a quick break, see if we want to do any talks with some of the players, maybe meet some new faces, maybe
Yeah,
not,
we'll see.
and so we will be right back. All right, we are back with Equal D, our last remaining team member from last semester, our only remaining team member from last semester. So it's exciting to be back in Hearthstone, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Like,
I heard we were doing it again. I started playing a lot more.
good. Playing more is good. All right, so let's talk about the matches. Like, the first two matches were heartbreaking.
Yes.
And then the next two matches were not.
Yes.
And then the last one was.
Very much.
There's our recap, guys. Have a good no.
All right. Bye.
Okay, so let's go play by play, right? So first lineup, you guys
All right.
started.
So we started with a rogue, and then we played a dire mole. Or do you want to go a little less detailed?
Let's go a little faster than
Okay.
that. We don't need to go actually play by play, like turn by turn. Okay, so but good memory there. So you started with the rogue against their combo priest.
Yes.
And so you had it going there for a while. Like it looked like you had them.
It looked pretty decent to begin with. We really got them going. We got the Hinge clan up a little bit. I think just not we forgot what the one that makes all the minions attack random minions. We forgot about that card, and so we didn't expect
mass
it.
hysteria.
Right. I don't know if it would have changed our plays, but we forgot about it.
Well,
It happens.
and then so looking back on it, the key decision there that led to the downfall, I think, was the decision to leave the Northshire Cleric on the board. And as y'all were playing really aggressive tonight in general, across all the games, and it works in some cases and didn't work in the others.
Right.
So that Northshire Cleric just, suddenly your 1/4 was not a 1/4 anymore.
Exactly. It much stronger.
Yes. Okay, so after that, you guys went in and you switched over to your even paladin. So what was the decision behind making that swap?
Partly because the person who has that deck had to leave early.
There you go.
Another big part
Keen
though.
strategy.
Indeed. Another part though was that we saw what 2 decks they had was a paladin and warlock, and he was like, I kind of like paladin against both of these, so let's see if we can't, play paladin and try to get a win.
And they managed to they managed to win the next match with their paladin.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So it was paladin versus paladin, in which, in fact, in that particular matchup, like that, you guys were running exactly identical decks. Like
for a while,
card for card, you had exactly identical decks.
For a while, I don't think either of us were actually drawing anything good.
Yeah, it's just
like there were so many good plays. Like,
I'm
all right,
gonna put a thing on the board. Oh, I'm gonna put a thing on the board. And you're playing like chicken with these 1/1s. As you would attack the face and they would kill your guy, and you would attack the face and they'd kill your guy.
Right. We were going good for a while because, if both of us just keep drawing nothing, and the fact that we'd had more damage on their face, and by the sheer advantage of going first, we were doing okay, I guess.
Yep. So after that, we went into the happy times, where so you kept the odd paladin, the even paladin, against the warlock, and came out of top. So y'all's play style tonight was super aggressive. It was, if I can hit them in the face, I'm going to hit them in the face, regardless of the things that are on the board. And it wasn't always that way. There's some what was your thought process in some of that aggression?
So a lot of it was, we know that warlock deck has a lot of big minions and a lot of things that can really put a lot of pressure on. We want to try to get him down to where he can't use his hero power as much. He can't get those cards in time. There were also a few things like, we knew at some point we had a shield breaker, so we weren't very worried about like a blood reaver that gets so strong just because you have low health. Just a general play of trying to beat them to the punch before they could really strengthen themselves.
So then you had your warlock mirror match, which you guys won. And I think my favorite play, we were in here talking about it, I think my favorite play, probably in the entire series, was your decision. You had 2 mountain giants on the board, and you opted to, and you dropped a Twilight Drake, and you were clearly going to put to taunt some things. You had the option of taunting up the Twilight Drake or the Twilight Drake and the mountain giant.
Right.
You opted to do just the Twilight Drake instead of the mountain giant to protect your 2 mountain giants.
Right.
And I think
it didn't work, but
no. But you know what?
The idea.
It was a good, because you want to protect your
Right.
aggressive things.
Right.
It seems it's an 8/8. Making a taunt seems great, but that just means it gives them more opportunity to kill it.
Right.
So
if it has taunt too, they can attack it too, and it's good to try to put that behind your wall as well. Even if your wall is more of a little palisade, it's not that tall.
And then your final play in that match, it was a lot of calculation of, okay, if I do this, and you guys saw it, you found the way with the Death and Decay, I think is what it's called, and the Defile, because you healed up the
right,
the
Lich King.
Lich King first. So good play all around. Then we got to the last game, and we just couldn't find what we needed, right?
Yep, we needed Vile Spine, we needed something to counter the big minions coming up, and it just didn't happen.
Yep.
But it was
that's
fun.
how it goes. So, okay. Well, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
I think we're going to go to another quick break. really fast, and then we'll come back and have a conversation with our newest team member, Joseph. All right, and we're back here with Joseph. Welcome to Pandaria.
Thank you.
And welcome to the Hearthstone team.
Thanks.
So how did you? Some background, folks. We were kicking off the Hearthstone team again, and I told Equal D, I was like, find 2 more people, and we're gonna do this. And you already did, and you were one of them. So how did that transpire? How did you end up on this team?
So I've played Hearthstone kind of on and off over the years since it came out. And I've enjoyed it, and my friend Ty, he invited me. I thought about it for a while, and I thought it sounded pretty cool, so I'm here now.
Well, great. We're glad that you're here. First match. So this is probably your first time playing, like, where you're all. So it's definitely your first time playing together as a team. What does that conversation? What do the conversations look like to you? How did that work for y'all?
Conversations we have are pretty positive. I don't have as much experience as either of they do, but they encourage me to like talk about strategy and give my opinion on what we should do. So it's pretty fun.
Cool. Well, we're super glad to have you here and glad that you're part of the team. We're glad that we're able to bring Hearthstone to y'all each Monday night, so stay tuned each Monday night. We'll be doing this. It was just pointed out to me that the first game last semester was lost by our Hearthstone team, and they still made it all the way to the regional playoffs. So
yeah, we still have hope.
Yeah, I hope is always there. So, all right. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I hope you guys have a great week. We're gonna be back on Thursday night for our typical Smash stuff going on. It will be great. We will have. You know what? Do we have an ad for that? We don't have an ad for that. I got an ad for that. Ready? I brought this all the way to Pandaria to show you. Smash on the Hill. So check it out at smash.gg/smash on the hill. Noah, you're welcome for shilling that for you. And it's going to be a great tournament here. So Smash is going on. Rainbow Six on Fridays, League on Saturdays. No more Overwatch on Sundays. So we are done with that season. They had a great run. It was a lot of fun doing that. So we might bring you some Overwatch sometime, get you your fix. But let's be honest, you're probably watching Overwatch League instead. So from all of us here in Pandaria, have a wonderful night.